Do you like good country cooking but struggle with being in the kitchen all day long? You're in the right place. Each week I share lots of quick, easy dinner meal ideas and inspiration that get you in and out of the kitchen in a flash and your family impressed. So sit back, relax, grab your sweet tea, and let me do the cooking.
Hey friends, I'm Mel. Welcome to my kitchen. Every week I share lots of budget-friendly, quick and easy weeknight meals. I do some country cooking with some hacks where it doesn't take you all day long. And the good old crock pot meals back there too. I'm so glad you're here. Today's video is a special collab. It's hosted by Darlene at Super at 60, and this is her monthly Women of Faith collab. I'm humbled and honored that you would invite me, Darlene. This month's collab is even more special. We're dedicating it to Heather at the Needy Homesteader. If you follow Heather, you know what a jewel she is. If not, please go over and give her channel a look. She's been overcoming some really tough times over the last year or so, and we are just trying to encourage her and lift her up in this time and hope that you will do the same. So with that being said, be sure and check the description box. I'll have links to every recipe of Heather's that I make, as well as links to the other ladies' videos that are included in this collab this month. So I'm cooking from breakfast all the way to supper, some of my favorite recipes of Heather's, and I know you'll like them too. This morning, I'm going to make up a little tasty treat. This is a semi-homemade kind of recipe from Heather, which I absolutely love. She does lots of scratch baking and cooking, which is wonderful. If you need baking inspiration, definitely check her out. I'm not the place for bread baking. I wish I was. I'm still working on that. But this is Heather's sausage, cream cheese stuffed biscuits. And this is all you need. While my sausage is browning up, if you were going to put raw onion and some garlic in here, you would do this at this time. But I really just wanted a touch of onion to it. So I'm going to use these little dehydrated chopped onions. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of this in while this is cooking, so these can get softened up in this grease. And I'm not going to use garlic because I am going to use my everything seasoning that has garlic and onion powder in it. So I just wanted just a little bit of that chopped onion flavor in here and that texture. Not so much, just really the flavor of that. So this is almost done browning up. This is just a pound of just regular pork sausage, breakfast sausage. And let me show you what to do with our biscuits while we have this going on. I do have the can of flaky layers, and I've got my oven preheating to 350. You're just going to heat your oven to whatever your canned biscuits say, and you're just going to cook this up according to the directions on your canned biscuits. And the reason that you want flaky layers is because you are actually going to take these in half, all of your biscuits. And the flaky layers just come apart so well. They are perfect for this. And I'm making mine in these little muffin tins. And this one can will make 16 of these. So I am just taking one of my little biscuits here. And you're just going to press it down in the bottom. I did spray my pans just a little bit. And just make a little bit of a well in there. Now Heather on her channel shows actually this way and two other ways that she makes this for her family, and I'm just going to show this one, and I will link both of Heather's videos of the recipes I'm making of hers down in my description box. For sure, go over and check her out, see what she does a little bit different and all that kind of stuff, and check out some other recipes on Heather's channel. I know she would appreciate it, and she is just not able to be up on her feet cooking like she would want to, and I know she would love to be here taking part in this collab with us. But this is just a wonderful way that we can encourage her and lift her up and maybe help her out just a little bit. So let's get these finished up. This sausage is pretty greasy, so I'm just going to take a couple paper towels wadded up here and soak up some of that grease. Now, this is a recipe that is very easy to double or triple. You can stick this filling back in the fridge for the week and have it other mornings. These are great little appetizers even for parties and stuff. You can freeze it too. It freezes very well. Even like this is going to make 16 of these. So hopefully I will have some of these left and I could even freeze them already made. The rest of them my husband can have for breakfast this week. Okay, now let's put our filling together. I've had my cream cheese sitting out for a little while. Hopefully it's gotten a little bit soft, but I'm just going to put this warm sausage right on top of it, and that will also help it to melt down a little bit. Now into this, we're going to put in just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I'm just going to do a couple dashes, not a whole lot, because I'm just doing 1 pound of sausage. Also going to do some black pepper. And I told you earlier, I'm going to use my Auntie No-No's everything. And this has salt, onion powder, garlic powder, some other spices. I just really use this in place of regular salt a lot anymore. And I always have a link in my description box for that. It will get you free shipping and 30% off. So that is always there. If you're interested, you don't have to. You can use whatever you want. But people always ask me about that because I do use it often. And we're going to put in about a cup of cheese. And I just use my hand to measure that cup. And then I throw a little extra in. We're also going to top these with a little bit of cheese. That is also something you do not have to do, but there's something about that golden brown cheese on the top that makes it delicious. So let's just get all this mixed together and then we will top our biscuits. I have just about got all of mine filled up. I'm just using a big kitchen spoon to fill them. This biscuit dough will just kind of bake up around it and be so yummy. Make a little cup. I made some little ranch taco biscuit bites in some mini muffin tins. Oh gosh, it was back around Christmas, I think. And it was kind of this same concept with like some taco meat and ranch dressing. And I think it had rotel in it. I'll link that down in the description box for you too. But there is just something about having these little things in the cups like this. It's so fun and it's just quick and a nice little handheld something. Now this part is totally optional, but I'm just going to come back over and sprinkle a little bit of cheese over these. It makes it golden brown and gives it a really pretty look, and there's nothing like that little bit of, you know, crusty cheese either. I might leave those 4 over there without. Now these are going to go in a 350 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Going to do some eggs with this today, and I just wanted to show you this neat little trick. I have been using this and I absolutely love it, even more than my round egg molds. I love to do fried eggs with this cookie cutter in the shape of a heart. It just makes it a little special. Here are our yummy, flaky layer sausage cream cheese biscuit thingies. Look how they cook up. So pretty. Gonna have a little fruit cocktail, and here I've scrambled eggs and fried eggs. There's Patrick, one little heart-shaped egg, the rest of his fried ones to go on the top of this. I didn't heart-shape them. I wouldn't want the guys at work to, you know, make fun of him. Delicious, quick, easy. Thank you so much, Heather. We absolutely love this breakfast.
Now we're going to work on some cast iron skillet mac and cheese. And I am halving Heather's recipe, so I've got about 2.5 tablespoons full of butter, and I'm going to stir in about 2 tablespoons of flour. Just going to cook that around until that flour taste gets all cooked out. It'll get smooth and you'll recognize that wonderful scent. Into that, I'm going to add in about 2 cups of whole milk. Going to keep stirring that pretty much constantly, making sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom, and it will begin to thicken up here. Once it gets nice and thick, I'm going to put in my cheese just a little bit at a time, and I'm just using some shredded sharp cheddar cheese that I had, and I am probably stirring this in maybe 2 cups, a cup at a time. Heather makes like a double batch of this. Her video that I have linked below will show a much larger portion of this recipe. I halved it. I do season it up with some salt and pepper. I'm going to put in onion powder, about a teaspoon of that. And probably a teaspoon of paprika. Just going to stir that all in until it's combined. And then as I got this stirred in, I added in my 2nd cup of cheese. Now I'm going to take my little noodles that I boiled up, and I used a small shell, and I have drained them, and I'm just stirring them in a little bit at a time. Want to get everything incorporated, and then you're going to put this in the oven, 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. To go along with this macaroni and cheese, I'm going to share my friend Debbie's pork loin recipe. I love this. And I got this pork loin at Kroger. It was just about 2 pounds, and I got it for half price. I just bought one of these. They were buy one, get one free. So I paid about $5 for this.
Before we get into putting this roast together, I do want to say I will have this recipe on Pinterest for you with all the original spices, measurements, and that. But sage, that is something that I just don't buy anymore. But if you Google a good substitute for sage, every one of these ingredients in Italian seasoning right here, every one of those pops up. So I use Italian seasoning in the place of lots of different spices, and I'm using it for sage. Now when you get down here to the sauce, allspice is another thing that I don't keep. I keep cinnamon by itself, but I don't keep cloves and all those things separate. I just keep pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. And anything that calls for allspice, I use pumpkin pie spice. I use this in lots of things. It actually, if you look at the ingredients of it, it contains allspice. And if you look up a good substitute for allspice, you'll get cinnamon, cloves, yada yada. So don't be intimidated anytime you look at a recipe and you think, oh, I don't have all those spices, or I don't have all that. I don't keep dried mustard. I just do a little squirt of yellow mustard in that place. And I think I'm out of soy sauce, so we'll have to figure out something for that too. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that so you would know you don't have to always just stick to a recipe when you're making a recipe. So now let's mix up our rub and get it on this pork roast and get it in the oven.
I am putting in 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm using a whole teaspoon of that Italian seasoning, about a half teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm just going to mix all that together, and then I'm going to rub it onto these little pork loins. You can see that package ended up being 2 small pork loins, but that was just fine. My friend Debbie made this roast for me years ago, and I love it. I've made it a lot around here. And I did put mine in the oven about 325 degrees. Now I'm going to work on the sauce that goes with this, and I'm using a cup of this red plum jam. And then I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I did not have soy sauce, so I used the Worcestershire sauce instead, and I just did 2 tablespoons of that, and then I put in 3 little squirts of mustard, and I'm going to just sprinkle in some of my pumpkin pie spice. I just did not even measure that, but you need about 1/4 of a tablespoon. Just going to mix all that together and bring it up to a boil, and then you're just going to cut it down and let it simmer until it thickens up. I also made some green beans to go along with this meal. I had some bacon I'd cooked up earlier, so I just used canned green beans. I put some butter in them, the bacon, some brown sugar, salt, and pepper, and let them cook on top of the stove nice and long. I did want to share one verse of scripture today. It's Romans 1:16. For I'm not ashamed of the good news of Christ. It's the power of God at work, saving everyone who believes. And you know, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a Christian. I've done a lot of things in my life to be ashamed of, but I'm a sinner saved by grace. None of us are perfect, nor will we ever be. But because of the good news, we know how to be made right with God. I pray today, if you don't have the peace of the salvation of Christ in your heart, that you would reach out today. You can always email me. You can message me on Instagram too. I'd love to talk with you. I don't claim to know everything that there is to know, but what I can do is share my story with you and the difference that He's made in my life. And I know that He can make a difference in yours too. Thank you, Darlene, for hosting this collab and inviting me to be a part of it. Thank you, Heather, for your wonderful recipes and the inspiration you share on YouTube, sharing your story and the struggle you've been through. You are in all of our prayers, you and your entire family. And YouTube community and friends, I hope that you have enjoyed these country cooked meals. This is a dinner that my family loves, and I would be happy to share this with any company that I might have coming over. Delicious, home cooked, but they didn't take a lot of time and effort. And thank you so much for being here. If you're new, I'd love for you to stick around. If you're looking for some more easy country cooking, take a look at this video that I've got linked on the screen for you. And remember, I always send you love from my kitchen.